My name is Gail Cherie Griffin. Well, from the very beginning, we went to numerous places. The first place that I can remember is the Dante Club. It may be incorrect, but as far as the mortgage burning, I thought for many years it would take us quite a long time, but it came quicker than what I thought. It was a beautiful, beautiful day, but I was so very excited. I was happy. I really couldn't believe that day had come. It was a great blessing to see so many members and family and people that came to help us celebrate it. It was really a fabulous occasion that day. Burning of the mortgage. I had heard of many other churches doing their ceremony, and I called to see what type of programs and how, they did the program. And so ours, I felt, was exceptionally good because I was part of that with my family, not my personal family, but my church family. So it was a beautiful, beautiful day, with the visitors and the speakers, and it was just exciting. It really was, from where we had come to where we are now. And so I just feel as though God has always been with us from step one to where we are now, and I feel as though if we continually keep our hands in His hand, He will continually bless us.
Albert G. Griffin. This is my wife, Gail, of 41 years. Well, like she said, we've seen it at Mount Zion, but to really do it at Omega, it's a great feeling. I mean, when we started out back in 88, 89, and we just coming all the way through other churches, and then coming to our own, it was beautiful, then it was rough. God allows us to have a little rough time, but you know what? We had that faith, and He kept us here. He kept us here until we have more people come in, and then when the day that says the morgue is going to be burned, those are miracles I've seen happen in this church. So many of them, you wouldn't believe it. I want to see more children and teenagers in here, and some of our family members come in. And let this church grow, so we have to start a new church. That's what I want to see.
Pretty much the same. I would love us to get out and do more missionary work, in the community, to draw others in who don't know the soon coming of Christ, to share our love, His love with them.
So, my husband, being the wise man that he is, actually was telling me about the true day of worship and rest, which was Saturday. So we were specifically looking for a church that, worshiped on Saturday so we could, honor God the right way. And while I was at work one day, I saw Omega, and the sun that was shining on Omega, it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. And then the first Sabbath that we actually came in, it was much more beautiful inside. Like all the elders were so kind. The energy that was in Omega was so beautiful. The people were just so kind and just so friendly. We had lunch. Sister Shireen, Sister D, those two stood out to me the most. Sister D was standing there singing so beautifully, and I just knew I had to come back and keep coming back, and I never left. So every time I sat in Omega and the word baptism got brought up, I was like, I felt the waterworks, I started feeling the tears, and it was definitely something that I knew I had to get done. Like, it wasn't a question. So I was kind of waiting for the proper opportunity, waiting for the best opportunity, and we went to a crusade in New Haven, and it was just, the Spirit was moving everywhere. We had a couple intimate Bible studies with some of the members that were in that crusade, and the date came and they were like, you know, you and your husband should get baptized. And we were like, yeah. So it was actually a beautiful baptism. I was crying all the way up to the baptism, and actually my husband embraced me, and we went back together because we got baptized the day after we got married as well. So it was a beautiful weekend, full of celebration, full of like just joyous moments, and after that it was all history now. But then the weekend after as well, my 2 older kids got baptized as well, and Kyle was so nervous because he was so scared of the water, but he was so excited, and they were just so like serious about it. He was so serious about it, like he was just like, and he did good, and you know, he's been growing in his faith ever since, as well as Bailey, who was just like, she was just excited. She was just like so many questions, so curious about it, and she ended up getting baptized at the same time as her brother. So it was just a week full of beautifulness. I love Omega, so every time I come here I feel great. But I will say that just more stuff for the kids would be great. Like I know Sister D was talking about setting up music for the kids, and just more activities for them so that they can be fully involved and fully invested as well. But other than that, I'm like, I'm happy to be here. Pastor Alexander, I have never met someone who has such an infectious smile like you do, because I'm very smiley, but you take it up there, and it's just such a beautiful energy that you bring to Omega. I love you as a pastor. I love your family. Your daughters are beautiful. Your wife is gorgeous inside and out, and I'm just so thankful for everything that you guys do for Omega, and I'm sure everywhere else that you guys offer your services. And thank you.
I'm Amy Walker, and I'm a returning member to Omega. I grew up in this church, so it's like first nature for me. It's like just coming back home. I had left for a few years, came back because I explored other churches and other places, and it was never like how it is here. So my first day back, which was probably maybe a week before I decided to get baptized, I just stepped in the building and immediately started crying, because it's home for me. I've always felt welcome, loved, and just open arms anytime I ever come in this building. No matter who's the pastor, no matter who's leading, it's always a sense of home and love in the area when you're in here. My decision in getting baptized, it was a long time coming. I've been through a lot of different things, and God continues to spare my life and just show me grace and mercy even when I'm undeserving. So I feel like just giving my life back to Him and living for Him, it was just nothing I even had to question. I was just ready to do so. And nobody really inspired me to come back, just myself, because I just, like I said, I grew up in this church, singing here, praising here since a little girl. So this was just coming back home for me. I love all the new members, everybody that's here, because growing up, it was mainly just my family. And then we were just like, you know, it was just like being at a relative's house, because we were just all always here together. But now that it's more diverse and everybody else from different places has come, and I don't know, I love the atmosphere. I love all the people. They're very generous and open, and I don't know, I can't explain it. It's just, it always feels good, and nobody's judgmental. Nobody's like looking at you a type of way when you walk through the door, and that's a lot of churches. Like, I just feel grateful that I'm able to bring my kids somewhere where they can also feel welcome, even when they acting a little out of sort. They still are welcomed in the house of the Lord. Some people are, take your kids outside and this and that, but no, when we come here, we don't get that. We're open arms welcome. The leader of the church, I love the pastor. He's one of the main reasons why I decided to really take that step, even though it was already something I wanted to do. He encouraged me more and prayed with me. He came to my house, met with me and my sister and the kids, and he talked to us more about God. And we started a Bible study where we come together and we can learn more about God together as a group. So it's many different things here that I feel like anybody would love to be a part of. 2024. I would absolutely love to see us reaching more into the community, trying to bring other people in. I know that's something that we used to do back when I was younger. We used to walk around the neighborhood and give fellowship and, you know, ministry to people, and we did a lot of outreach with people so that we can show them that we're a type of church that we don't just hide behind walls. We want to invite you in. Another thing, when we was growing up here, we had a extremely amazing children's choir. I feel like that would help bring a lot of people in too, especially the young people. I feel like if we get something where the children could be more involved, that I would love to see the children more involved, because it's a lot of kids being lost to these streets. It's a lot of kids being lost to this music and secular behavior, and I just want to show them that God is just as much fun as, you know, these rappers or the lifestyle that's outside of this church. I want the kids to be more involved. Me being a mom and actually being a kid that came to this church where I found, you know, it's fun here too. It's not just always fun outside. There's things we can do inside. We had adventurers, pathfinders, all different kind of things for the kids to be involved in. So just that there will be something that I will be looking forward to trying to get into the church.
Grace, blessings, much mercy, and all families at Omega united, loving each other. I would like to see prosperity, anything Omega needs. I pray that God provides it to Omega, being that all the families need Omega. I pray that Omega, everyone comes through their trials and tribulations for 2024, and those are my blessings and my hopes for Omega for 2024.
Basketball at its best. Give it up for the lady from the Multimedia.